Okay, hello everyone, it's Red again with RedDragonLeo.com. That's my second video for this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, the 29th of May 2011. Okay, as I went off on a tangent, as I usually do sometimes when I get fired up, which is rare here lately. I guess inspiration comes and goes, and so every now and then I get pretty fired up and I start talking about the Illuminati, and every now and then I just go numb and don't know what to say. But if you watch the other video and you're getting ready to watch this one, then you know I went quite in depth about what could come out over the next 2 weeks and by the end of the year. But this one here, we're going to focus strictly on the technical charts of it. And looking at this, you can clearly see we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks down, and we did test that 20-week moving average. We closed up above it and put in what you might call bottoming tail, but I really wouldn't call it that. You can see here on the weekly as well, we're still way into negative territory. Here on the MACD histogram bars, no signs of it really turning up yet. You can see here on the moving averages for the MACD, you can see we still have a bearish cross, and we've had one for quite a few weeks now, still heading down. And as well as you can see here on the full stochastics as well, we've now put in negative divergence, and we're still pointing down. While there is a possibility we could have one week up, I think that's just to break the 4 weeks in a row down, which is common. That you're going to have, a week or two up to offset it, and I do think that that's what's going to happen. I do think we're going to have a positive week this coming week, as well as the following week and the following week after that. Maybe not the third week, but I think we're going to put in a higher high before this thing finally rolls over. So, but we'll see here how that goes. For now, though, let's just look for next week to probably retest this low again. I'd like to see 1300 hit and then rally from there. I'm not going to go into too much depth on the weekly. Let's get to the daily here. And you can clearly see on this daily we're still in this falling channel. And we have not actually hit the top of this channel just yet, and I think that's what we're going to do Tuesday morning, is we're going to bounce up from the bull flag that we can see on the 60, and we're going to hit that, and then we're going to fall back down one more time. And that's just my speculation there. So here, just as I had said previously on the other videos, I said that this area here where it tried up a couple times and then fell back down and hit this area here, then it ran up. We did exactly that. We tried one time here, we fell down, and we're curling back up. So I do believe we are going to go up for at least a week or two, a couple of weeks probably, and that would allow this to curl up here and get overbought and then roll down after that June 10th Friday. If they stage some event on June 11th, then that's the perfect time for it to really fall through the floor and go down in a wave 3 inside of major wave 1. So so basically we're looking for one more new high here. It's what I'm looking for us to hit that fake print. We hit 1370 here, so 1388 is reasonable, which is about to where the fake print is. Not 1400 or 1450 or 1440 as some people think. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be one of these scenarios where it's almost like a double top, but you clear out the stops ahead over it, and that's why you pierce it on up to like that fake print, the 1388. So I think this actual high was here was 1371, I think. So you go on up to about 1388. You cleared the overhead stops that were there, but you're falling short of the 1400. So you're not allowing the bears on board who are thinking that they're going to get on board at 1400 or 1440. Depends on how people measure this fifth wave up. I think it's going to hit that fake print. I think that'll probably be it. So again, here we look at this this sideways consolidation, putting in a bottom here, and then we go up, we put in our bull flag. Now I think it's going to pop Tuesday and hit this area right here. It's going to run into resistance there at 1340 area. Actually, it's lower than 1340. It's possible it could pierce on up, go a little bit above it, hit a double top right here, then fall back down. And at that point, the question is, what's it going to do? Is it going to do a lower low right here? That was 1, 2, not quite 3, but 1, 2, double bottom there. Third time's a charm. If we run down here and we hit this a third time, actually it should pierce it and run on down here, clear out all the bulls. And if you draw this line on out right here, it should put you right at 1300. Now, with that said, there's a possibility that once it pierces up, it comes back down, it maybe only goes to this 1320 area just to put in a lower high and then goes on up. There's nothing to say that we're going to go on down here and put in a lower low than this 1311, but I think we will. I think that we are going to do that as what you'd call an exhaustion move down for the bears, and then that should have plenty of bears on board for them to squeeze it on up to the 1388 print over the next 2 weeks. Next week is supposed to be bullish, so you know this what I'm thinking is going to happen. If it doesn't happen on Tuesday, I don't think it's going to happen. So it's pop here, hit this line, maybe pierce on through, roll over. As you can see on the 60, we'd go up, put in negative divergence, then go down and sell off the rest of the day. Now there is a possibility, because of how high this is versus how high it could be over here, that it could continue on up here to 5.0. That is a possibility, but I'm hoping that that will happen on a gap up on the morning, that this will curl up and this will run up here to somewhere close to this 5.0, maybe in between 2.5 and 5.0, and at the same time go up here, put in a lower high on histogram bars, allow for that negative divergence, then allow it to sell off, and again come down here and challenge this, break on through, hit the 1300 area. The reason why I say 1300 is because it is higher than this low here. For them to do their bull case and run it on up to the fake print, I think they need to stay above the 1294. So that's why I said about 1300. That would be, you look over here, you got 1249 as a low, then you going up, you got 1294 as a low, which is a higher low. Then you'd go over here, and right now we have 1311, but if we go on down here again and hit 1300, then we would still have a higher low. So I got a new toy here, so let me see here if I can run this little tool. It's a pen thing that I can draw with. You can see here. So if I click on this, it draws it, and now I take a pen and I actually right here, let's see, where's it at? Here it is. Okay, so now basically I was looking at a move up. Oops, that is not very good. I'm trying to do this. Okay, let's do it. Oops, let's do it there as a pencil. Okay. I am trying out this new tool. So up, maybe a pierce here. That is awful. So basically there's our resistance level. So if we hit that, then I would expect it to come back down to be a fake breakout, come back down and either test here and then run on up here eventually over the next 2 weeks to our 1388. So that would be 138, 86 SPY, which is again about 1388 on the SPX. And then after that, and this would be basically June, by June the 10th. Okay. Then they could stage something Saturday, June the 11th, a false flag event. And then you're going to see this thing tank on down here too. All the way on down here, taking out this 1250 low. It should bounce there at that point, though. If you go over here, you should see it. There's the 1250. We should actually bounce at that point and maybe come back up at some point. So this would be your major wave 1. Oops. Inside of primary wave 3 or P3 that everybody talks about, okay? Then this puts you into major wave 2. Come on, what happened to you? Oops, don't know what happened. It stopped writing. Well, this is an experimental thing here. Let's try this. We go back here. Alright. Oops. Well, wonder what stopped. Why it stopped that. I just bought this new toy here, and okay. Well, anyway, folks, we will. You kind of get the idea of what I'm expecting, and then from there we can either go down a little. We can either go down here to 1300 if we draw our line here, and I'm not able to do so. Okay, well, cleared that, and we go back here again, and let's see here. Draw this line on out. Trying again here, folks. I'm sorry. New toy for me, so you can see what I'm thinking. So again, up possibly for a double top, back down here. Here's your other scenario. Hit the 1300 area, and then again run on up here again to 1388 SPX, and again by June the 10th. So that would imply that here we would go up, put in the negative divergence, and then go back down here to put in a higher low. You'd want positive divergence here. Oops. And you'd want negative divergence here for the sell-off to happen. This should then take these here up just a little bit more, then let them roll over. Again, go back down here. This whole week, again, what I'm looking for this whole week to close positive. So here on the daily chart, okay, if we cancel that out and go over here to the daily chart, and you can see here, and we can go here again, and so the daily chart might have one more move down and then a move up to here to challenge the double top, slightly pierce at 1388, come on down and retest 13 or 1250, then up again into our October time frame, and October, this is the week of October 23rd, is when I think this thing is going to peter out and probably have some kind of moves like this. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I think we're going to have a big move down after this October at some point. So okay, that's a cool little toy, but I haven't got it down pat yet, so let's go ahead and cancel it out. You get the idea, folks. On the 30-minute chart, you can see the same thing. This supports a slight move up in the morning, on Tuesday to draw your line here to do the negative divergence. You can already see it's overbought right here at positive 3, positive 4 area right here. Yes, where these lines are. They're in the 3 area, the high 2s. So you can see that would support this curling up and going on and fulfilling a move up here to about 1340 here on the 30-minute chart to fulfill this bull flag, and then from there sell off and either again put in a higher low here or pierce it going down to 1300. Same thing here on the 15-minute chart. Supports a move up. You can clearly see supports a move up, and we're moving up from oversold territory. Everything is telling me we should go up on Tuesday, at least in the morning, the first hour or two. If we hit this resistance, maybe pierce through it a little again, hit this double top or this double top, and then roll over. Again, it should either be a lower high right here or one last exhaustion move down to get the last bears on board. And I don't think it's going to go below that 1294.70. It's got to stay above that to keep the bull case and to keep it accurate, so that it can move on up to 1388. So, and I think that's what's going to happen. 5-minute chart's not really showing much. Nothing really show there on the 5-minute chart. But when you look here, you can clearly see the channel here that we're in here on the SPY. And one of the other things here, the dollar did exactly as I thought it would do. It tagged this 20-day or 20 period moving average on the weekly, and then backed off. You can see it backed off quite a bit. Look at it on the daily chart, and you can see it did exactly what I thought it would do. Come right down here and back off. Now you can see this does support. As this goes to roll over and goes down, you would expect this to go all the way down here, probably to recycle back up on the 20. So you would expect this to go down some more, possibly retesting this line right here. If you draw this line on down, retesting the broken out trend line, the falling trend line, and then move on up for a wave C or a wave 3 on up to hit this moving average, wherever, this 200 period moving average, wherever it may fall. It's probably going to be about 77 if it keeps going down, but that's into July, so it's probably about 77.5 or something like that. I'm going to estimate where it should be. So if we fall back down here and hit this throughout the week, the next 2 weeks, and then we start moving back up, we should hit this 200 period moving average. I definitely think that's going to happen. But you can clearly see the dollar is going to go down here and recycle back up. Now how high it went right here indicates that it shouldn't go too low on the downside, because it had a lot of momentum going up. So the momentum going down is going to be weak. So that means just the opposite for the market. The momentum going up for the market will be weak. So again, that's why I am not expecting this to go on up to 1440 or 1450 as some people are predicting. I'm expecting this to hit this double top of 1371, pierce it a little, hit their fake print of 1388, and then collapse. And that supports the dollar going back down while this happens, and then making another lunge higher, as it should. And that would support a small lower histogram tower similar to this one, and then another move up to put in a negative divergence on the dollar as it has an exhaustion move up, a C wave up to here. So all this is lining up perfectly. So this would indicate again down here again a little bit, and then a move back up. And on the weekly chart, you can see it could actually go higher on the weekly than the daily. The weekly could go on up to, well, 79 on the weekly. So the daily might say only 77.5, but it could easily pierce that going up to 79. I'm not sure which one it will go to. But as far as silver goes, silver's looking to go up to about the 38 level, close that gap. That's an obvious target. If it goes any higher than at the 40, then that would be a fluke, but I don't see that happening. But it could. But there, then we should see silver fall off a cliff again when the market falls off the cliff. That's heavily manipulated anyway. Oh, Cobra's got this right. Perfect. So he's got the same idea thinking here, that's going to pierce this line, go a little bit above it, and then come back down. That's my thoughts too. So I think I've covered everything on the technicals there. So what I'm expecting. So again, I'm expecting to move up to this 1340, likely possible pierce on up here for a double top, and then a move back down to either retest this area here and put in a higher low, or more likely I'm really expecting a move down to 1300 as an exhaustion move down, and then a rally into the next couple of weeks. So hopefully that covers everything, guys. Thanks a lot, and I guess I will see you guys on the blog. Good luck, everyone, but bulls and bears alike.